Imagine this. You're a new nurse manager in a bustling emergency department. A mass shooting has just occurred, and your team is overwhelmed with patients. The atmosphere is chaotic, the tension is palpable, and lives are on the line. In this high-stakes environment, effective communication is more critical than ever. Hey there, my fearless nurse leaders. Welcome back to the Nurse Leader Academy. In this video, I'll share 5 essential rules that can help you become a more effective and empathetic communicator with your nursing teams, even in the most demanding of situations. By the end, you'll have the tools you need to lead your team with confidence and compassion. Rule number 1, active listening. Remember that time when I was trying to explain the new medication protocol to the team? You know, the one that with the complicated dosing and side effects. I was standing there trying to make sense of it all, and I swear I could hear the notifications from your phones louder than my own voice. Now I get it. We're all busy. We have a million things going on at once. But let me tell you, active listening is a game changer, especially in a high pressure environment like ours. When you're active listening, you're not just hearing the words, you're understanding the intent behind them. You're putting yourselves in the other person's shoes and try to see things from their perspective. And that's what makes all of the difference. Imagine this. You're a new nurse on the night shift. You're feeling overwhelmed and unsure of yourself. You come to me with a question about patient's care. If I'm not actively listening, I might miss the underlying anxiety and the fear that's driving your question, right? But if I take the time to truly understand where you're coming from, I can offer the support and guidance you need to feel confident and competent. So what does active listening look like in practice? It means putting away your phone, making eye contact, nodding along. It means asking clarifying questions and paraphrasing what the other person has said to make sure you understand. It means giving full attention to the person speaking. Remember, active listening isn't just a courtesy, it's a critical skill for any leader. By practicing active listening, you can build trust, improve morale, and ultimately enhance patient care. Now, imagine this. You're in the middle of a code blue, right? Patient is crashing, everyone's scrambling to save their life. In the midst of the chaos, you hear a new nurse say, "We need to implement a new patient triage system by the end of the week." Really? While that might be a worthwhile goal in a less stressful time, it's completely irrelevant in the current situation. What you need right now are clear, concise instructions on how to manage the immediate needs of the injured patients, such as controlling bleeding, stabilizing vital signs, and preparing patients for surgery, right? Clear and concise communication is essential in any situation, but it's especially important in a time of crisis. When people are stressed and overwhelmed, they need information that's easy to understand and act upon. Remember, the goal is not to impress people with your vocabulary or your ability to speak in complete sentences. The goal is to get your message across clearly and effectively. So keep it simple, be direct, avoid jargon. By practicing clear and concise communication, you can help your team work more effectively, reduce errors, and improve patient outcome. Next is empathy and compassion. Remember that time when Sarah was going through a tough time with her family? She was dealing with a serious illness and had to take time off work to care for her loved ones. We could see the strain it was putting on her, but we didn't know how to help. Then one day I approached Sarah and simply asked, "How are you doing?" It was a small gesture, but it meant a lot to her. She opened up about her struggles and admitted that she was feeling overwhelmed. I listened without judgment and offered my support. I assured her that we would do everything we could do to accommodate her schedule and lighten her workload. We also connected her with resources that could provide additional support and assistance. By showing empathy and compassion, we helped Sarah feel valued and supported. We let her know that she wasn't alone and that we were there for her. Empathy and compassion are essential for building strong relationships with your team members. When people feel understood and supported, they're more likely to be motivated, engaged, and committed to their work. So the next time you see a team member struggling, don't hesitate to reach out and offer your support. A little empathy and compassion can go a long way. Imagine this. You're the charge nurse in the ED. One of your staff nurses, Sarah, is consistently late for her shift. Despite repeated warnings, the problem persists. You're frustrated and tempted to reprimand her, but you know this won't solve the underlying problem. Instead, you decide to approach Sarah with a different strategy. You sit down with her in private and ask, Sarah, I've noticed that you've been late for your shifts lately. Can you tell me what's going on? Sarah opens up and reveals that she's been struggling to balance her personal and professional life. Her child has been sick. She's been feeling overwhelmed with the demands of her job. You listen attentively without judgment and offer your support. You work together to develop a plan that will help Sarah manage her workload and balance her responsibilities. You also connect with her resources that can provide additional support and assistance. By providing effective feedback, you've helped Sarah address the root cause of her tardiness and improve her performance. You've shown her that you care about her well-being and are committed to helping her succeed. Effective feedback is a powerful tool for improving performance and building strong relationships with your team members. When you provide feedback that is specific, constructive, and supportive, you can help your team members grow and develop. Remember, the goal is not to criticize or punish, but to help people improve. By providing effective feedback, you can create a positive and supportive work environment where everyone feels valued and empowered. I remember a time when I was giving a presentation to a group of new nurses. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. I couldn't hold the pointer. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest and my palms were sweating. It was a complete disaster. But you know what? I learned a valuable lesson that day. Nonverbal communication is just as important as verbal communication. In fact, sometimes it's even more important. Your body language, your tone of voice, your facial impressions can all send powerful messages. If you're feeling nervous, it will show. If you're feeling confident and enthusiastic, it will also show. So next time you're giving a presentation or addressing your team, pay attention to those nonverbal cues. Stand tall, make eye contact, speak with a clear and confident voice. And if you're feeling nervous, take a deep breath and remind yourselves that you're prepared and you're capable. By mastering nonverbal communication, you can enhance your credibility, build trust, and inspire your team. Effective communication is essential for any leader, but is especially important in the fast-paced and demanding environment of healthcare. By following these 5 rules, you become a more effective, empathetic, and inspiring leader. Remember, communication is a skill that can be learned and improved over time. With practice and dedication, you too can become a master of communication and a successful nurse leader. Thank you for watching. For more practical nurse leader tips and strategies, make sure to follow.